Well, hello there. This is Virtuals the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Don't miss out on my newly published book, 50+2 Chess Quick Wins, available from Amazon, $13.99. Get your copy while they're still available. Now today, I'm going to talk about a recent game I played of the Vienna Gambit. Recently, I've not been doing so well in chess, and I've gotten a run of opponents playing some pretty interesting openings, difficult openings, not doing well. But when I got the Vienna Gambit, it felt like coming home. Just smooth and relaxing. Now, one of the things is I've spent quite a lot of time playing the Vienna Gambit, so I feel very comfortable with some of the lines, even as they get quite tactical. I was really happy with this game. Let's go take a look. So I've got the white pieces, of course, and Vienna Gambit starts with e4, e5, and knight c3. The opponent played the fork beer, so knight f6, Vienna Gambit, f4 right away. Best move for black is to play the main line. Very often that doesn't happen, and in this game, my opponent declined the Vienna Gambit with d6. d6 is okay. It's basically the second best move behind the main line. But it is a little bit slow and it sort of blocks in that bishop a little bit. And the approach for white, whenever the opponent declines with d6, is that we want to take this square with the d pawn. So basically trying to take the full center. But to do that, we need to first develop our other knight. Develop two knights, that's often good anyway. They decide to take, that's fine. We now take the full center, opening up that diagonal, very good for us. They now play bishop to e7, which is actually a very good move. They should then sort of short castles. Here, I decided that I am going to take. So in this variation of the Vienna Gambit, we're given an opportunity to take back the pawn, and basically we should. Here, I think black wasn't really sure what to do, and that's really common actually in the Vienna Gambit lines. They decide to develop that bishop, attempting to pin. You can see that's a mistake. Basically, there's no real good place for that bishop. I can immediately attack it right away if I wanted to. The best move is for black to continue with their approach of rapid development, castle the king out of the center. Here I decide to just leave that bishop there for now. I thought it was fine. If they took, I'll take back with the queen. So I developed my other bishop first, getting ready to short castles myself. Bishop in a nice position, potentially looking at the f7 pawn. You can see that Stockfish calls that this is an inaccuracy. And it's an inaccuracy because after black short castles, this bishop is potentially kind of in the wrong place. And effectively I'll lose some tempo. So I think potentially attacking the bishop or developing the queen so I can long castles is better. They short castles now. I now attack the bishop. Now the bishop here, they move this way, trying to maintain the pin. Again, very natural, very normal. It's kind of an inaccuracy. Now Stockfish thinks that's all right because if they play, well, if you play very accurately, and obviously Stockfish always plays accurately, this bishop is okay, but this bishop is at risk of being pinned with those pawns pushing forward. So it's actually better for the bishop to come back this way, maybe even all the way back to d7. E6 is potentially good because we trade, they get to open up the f-file, that's good for them. They went this way though, and I decide to immediately attack the bishop. So I've rated this as a very sneaky move, a tricky move. It's technically 0-0-0, we're equal. However, this now pushes the bishop back here, and the reality is that there's a very high risk that that bishop will get trapped moving forward. In fact, that is what happens. Now here, obviously, they've got a double attack on that pawn, so I bring the bishop back. Potentially, it's good for the bishop to be looking at the h7 pawn to h pawn anyway, because maybe sometime, possibly in the future, there could be a Greek gift type attack. Here, they decide to move their knight out of the way. I think they were a bit worried about, potential pushes this way, but that backwards knight move was a mistake. They got a bit spooked, and here is plus 1.8. It's quite good for me. I've moved my queen, so now I wasn't sure which side I want to castle, but I've now got the option both ways. They give it check. Meh, that's fine. I didn't think that was a problem. It of course does stop me from casting white away. If I take this way, the queen comes out. Didn't really like that. So after thinking through a bit, I actually found the best move, which I was very proud of, which is king into the center. And here, because of the relative lack of development and lack of central control that black has, this king is perfectly safe. It's perfectly good. I also connect these two rooks, potentially can move the rook here, bringing an attack on the opponent's king. So I thought that was good for me. And this bishop now is looking to do a bit stupid. It's doing nothing. They decided to pull it all the way back. And that was a mistake. They needed to attack now that the king was in the center. And now I push, attack the bishop, win a bit of tempo. Bishop moves all the way back. Notice how every single one of black's pieces are in their first 3 ranks. They just have no space on the board. And now I push my pawn forward, pushing these forward, the pawn storm. This bishop is on the verge of being trapped. It needs to come here. They don't see it. They attack this way. It's a blunder. They're taking that. That's not a problem. And now the bishop is trapped. They take. That's fine. Bishop is still trapped. Stockfish preferred me to take that first, but this move is still perfectly good. They take this way. And here I thought a little bit. I decided to go this way rather than taking right away. I thought them taking me was wrong, and I was actually correct. They shouldn't take me. That wasn't their most optimal move, because after here, got an attack on the bishop. They give it, they try to pin, but that's okay. I defend with my rook, still under attack, still trapped. They make forward another knight. They needed to actually develop that knight first. I take. And here, this way, and that's a blunder. And it's a blunder because now I have this very, very nice knight fork of the rook and queen, emotional damage, and black here opts to resign on move 21. Now, technically, they're going to lose a piece. I'm only, at this point, slightly ahead in terms of material, but the position looks absolutely dreadful for black. Good game, GG. The big takeaway from this game is to know the correct response to the 3d6 decline of the Vienna Gambit. The best move to play is to develop our king's knight to its natural square of f3 to support our next move, which is d4 to take the full center with our pawns. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.